If you're planning to buy a luxury home in Charleston, deciding that you want to spend $2, $3, $5, or even $10 million is only the beginning. Because Charleston does not have one luxury market. A historic home in south of Broad, a deep water property in Mount Pleasant, an oceanfront home on Sullivan's Island, and a private golf course residence on Kiawah may have similar price tags, but they offer completely different lifestyles, ownership costs, restrictions, and long-term considerations. Before you start touring properties, you need to understand what you're actually buying in each part of Charleston. My name is Hunter Javier. I'm a local Charleston real estate agent, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through Charleston's major luxury markets, what separates them, and which type of buyer is likely to be happiest in each one. We'll begin with the most internationally recognizable part of Charleston, the historic peninsula. Within downtown Charleston, south of Broad is generally considered the signature luxury location. This is where you'll find historic Charleston single houses, grand estates, hidden gardens, piazzas, carriage houses, and properties overlooking the Battery. The appeal is difficult to recreate anywhere else. You can live surrounded by architecture and history while remaining close to King Street, restaurants, galleries, parks, and the waterfront. But buyers need to understand that this is historic luxury, not necessarily modern luxury. A multi-million-dollar home may still have limited closet space, narrow staircases, an unconventional floor plan, or no garage. Off-street parking can be extremely valuable. Elevators, pools, guest houses, and properly integrated modern systems can also create major differences between seemingly comparable homes. Condition matters tremendously. You need to investigate the foundation, moisture intrusion, drainage, electrical system, plumbing, roof, termite history, and the quality of previous renovations. You cannot always assume that you'll be free to change everything after closing. Within Charleston's historic districts, exterior alterations and renovations visible from the public right-of-way may require review by the Board of Architectural Review. That protection helps preserve Charleston's architectural character, which supports long-term desirability. But it can also make renovations slower, more specialized, and more expensive. South of Broad is best for someone who values history, architecture, walkability, and scarcity more than newer construction or large-scale neighborhood amenities. If you like downtown but want something slightly less formal, you can also explore neighborhoods such as Charleston Village, the French Quarter, Ansonboro, and parts of Radcliffeboro. Each offers its own balance of residential atmosphere, walkability, property type, and proximity to Charleston's busiest areas. The biggest downtown purchasing mistake is falling in love with the appearance of a historical home without fully understanding its physical condition, renovation restrictions, parking, flood exposure, and ongoing maintenance. Across the Ravenel Bridge, Mount Pleasant offers a very different version of Charleston luxury. Mount Pleasant generally works better for buyers who want more space, easier everyday convenience, proximity to beaches, and a more suburban residential environment while remaining relatively close to downtown Charleston. The Old Village is one of the most desirable areas. It has mature landscaping, historic homes, newer custom construction, views towards the Charleston Harbor, and a village atmosphere that feels distinct from the newer parts of town. Its appeal comes from character, location, limited supply, and proximity to the waterfront. Buyers looking at Old Village should pay close attention to the exact street, traffic patterns, lot position, renovation quality, and whether a property has a meaningful water view or access. Ion is another major luxury option, but it offers a more planned and connected neighborhood experience. It's known for traditional architecture, walkable streets, lakes, community gathering spaces, and a location that makes downtown relatively accessible. Farther north, communities such as Hobcock Creek Plantation, Brickyard Plantation, Dunes West, Rivertown, and newer custom home pockets can provide larger homes, neighborhood amenities, golf, docks, and more land. Mount Pleasant is also one of the primary places to search for waterfront property, but waterfront requires precise terminology. A marsh view is not the same thing as Tidal Creek access, and Tidal Creek access is not the same thing as dependable deep water. If boating is important, investigate water depth at low tide, dock permits, creek conditions, bridge clearance, travel time to open water, and condition and replacement costs of the dock, lift, seawall, or bulkhead. Mount Pleasant is usually the strongest fit for buyers who want luxury with everyday practicality. Access to shopping, dining, schools, beaches, medical services, and downtown without living directly in the historic core. The trade-off is that traffic and location within Mount Pleasant matter. A home may have a Mount Pleasant address, but still place you significantly farther from downtown than expected. Daniel Island offers luxury buyers a polished, planned community lifestyle. The island has trails, parks, restaurants, waterfront areas, recreational facilities, schools, and a strong neighborhood identity. It generally feels more organized and self-contained than many other areas around Charleston. Daniel Island Park represents the community's highest luxury tier. It surrounds private club amenities and 2 golf courses, with custom homes, estate-sized properties, and smaller enclaves offering varying levels of privacy and exclusivity. This market is particularly attractive to buyers who want golf, tennis, social opportunities, attractive streetscapes, and community structure. However, buyers need to understand the different layers of ownership costs. Depending on the property, you may encounter association assessments, community enhancements, or capitalization fees, club costs, and neighborhood-specific charges. Daniel Island Park residents are required to enroll in the club's social membership. While higher membership categories provide additional sports or golf access, golf membership availability and transferability should be investigated for the specific property rather than assumed. Daniel Island works best for buyers who want a high-end community where amenities and social connection are central to the lifestyle. It's less appropriate for someone who wants complete independence from associations or prefers the irregular character of an older historic neighborhood. If your priority is exclusivity, beach access, and proximity to Mount Pleasant and downtown, Sullivan's Island is one of the most compelling markets in the region. The island is relatively small, supply is extremely limited, and the atmosphere is more residential than resort-oriented. You'll find historic island homes, carefully designed new construction, oceanfront properties, and homes with views towards the harbor or intracoastal waterway. Sullivan's Island attracts buyers who want the beach without feeling like they live inside a large vacation resort. The island also offers a small commercial district with restaurants, but the defining appeal is its understated residential character. Buyers should examine flood elevation, wind exposure, insurance, drainage, building restrictions, rental rules, and the quality of construction. Salt air affects exterior materials, windows, mechanical equipment, fasteners, and anything left continuously exposed. On an island where land is extraordinarily valuable, the lot, elevation, view corridor, and long-term surrounding development matters just as much as the finishes inside the house. Sullivan's Island is best for someone who values scarcity, privacy, and location, and who's comfortable paying a premium for those qualities. Isle of Palms provides a broader range of beach luxury. You can find primary residences, second homes, vacation properties, oceanfront estates, newer custom homes, and the boating-oriented properties facing the intracoastal side of the island. Compared with Sullivan's Island, Isle of Palms generally has more of a vacation and resort presence. That can be a benefit if you want recreation, rental potential, and a livelier beach environment. Wild Dunes, located at the northern end of Isle of Palms, adds a more structured resort experience with gated access, golf, tennis, restaurants, pools, and different property types. This can work extremely well for buyers who want a second home that feels connected to an established resort, but ownership costs and rules may involve multiple layers. Depending on the property, buyers need to review association dues, regime fees, transfer-related charges, rental management rules, insurance responsibilities, and what the association actually maintains. Don't judge a villa or condominium solely by its purchase price. Two similarly priced properties can have drastically different annual expenses based on their building, insurance structure, amenities, reserve funding, and upcoming capital projects. Isle of Palms is best for buyers seeking an active beach lifestyle, while the Wild Dunes adds golf and resort amenities to that experience. Kiawah Island represents another category entirely. Private resort and golf-oriented luxury surrounded by carefully protected natural scenery. The island is known for beaches, golf, wildlife, trails, gated access, and a quieter atmosphere. The housing ranges from villas and cottages to substantial custom homes and oceanfront estates. Kiawah tends to appeal to buyers who want privacy, recreation, and destination that feels removed from everyday city activity. One of the most important distinctions is the difference between owning property on Kiawah and holding a private Kiawah Island club membership. Property ownership does not automatically mean that every private club amenity is included. Buyers need to determine whether the property carries an opportunity to obtain the desired membership category and what membership may cost. Owners should also budget for the Kiawah Island Community Association, property-specific regime fees where applicable, insurance, and closing-related charges. Kiawah's Community Association currently collects a contribution to its reserve fund based on a percentage of the purchase price subject to its governing requirements. Distance is another consideration. Kiawah offers Freshfields Village and on-island conveniences, but it's not the best choice for someone who needs to reach downtown Charleston every day. Kiawah is ideal for a buyer who wants golf, beach access, natural surroundings, privacy, and a true resort experience, and who intends to use those amenities enough to justify the carrying costs. Next door, Seabrook Island offers a private coastal lifestyle with beaches, golf, tennis, equestrian facilities, boating access, and a strong residential atmosphere. Seabrook can sometimes offer a different value proposition than Kiawah, but buyers should not interpret that as a simple substitute. The communities have distinct cultures, amenities, club structures, and property markets. Club membership and association obligations are important components of Seabrook ownership. Before purchasing, buyers should verify the required membership category, current initiation costs, annual dues, regime fees, and any planned assessments. Seabrook tends to work well for someone who wants an amenity-rich private island, but appreciates a more residential, owner-oriented feeling. Like Kiawah, it's better suited to remote workers, retirees, second homeowners, and buyers who do not need a short daily commute into Charleston. Johns Island, James Island, and private waterfront properties. Not every Charleston luxury buyer wants a recognizable neighborhood or resort. Johns Island can provide a larger parcel custom estates, equestrian potential, marshfront settings, and deep water opportunities. It can feel more private and rural while offering access to Charleston and the nearby islands. James Island places buyers closer to downtown and Folly Beach, but truly exceptional luxury inventory is more property specific. The appeal may come from waterfront access, a large lot, a view, or a custom home rather than the name of a master plan community. In these areas, due diligence becomes critical. Buyers may need to investigate wetlands, septic systems, wells, dock permits, access easements, zoning, flood zones, tree protections, and future development around the property. The house may be beautiful, but the land and its restrictions often determine the property's real long-term value. Now, how do you choose? The right Charleston luxury market depends on what you want your ordinary Tuesday to look like. If you want history and walkability, start with downtown. If you want convenience, beaches, boating, and suburban luxury, explore Mount Pleasant. If you want golf and a highly planned community, consider Daniel Island Park. If you're looking for an exclusive residential beach environment, Sullivan's Island is the obvious answer. If you want beach living with more recreation or rental possibilities, Isle of Palms and Wild Inns are the obvious choice. If you want private resort amenities, golf, and the natural beauty, compare Kiawah and Seabrook. And if you want acreage, privacy, or the unique waterfront estate, broaden the search to Johns Island, James Island, and other property-specific opportunities. The right decision is not automatically the most expensive house or the most famous zip code. It's the property that gives you the lifestyle that you want without exposing you to the ownership costs, restrictions, or compromises that you didn't anticipate. If you're considering a luxury purchase anywhere in the Charleston area, my job's to help you compare those options, evaluate the property beyond its finishes, and understand exactly what you're buying before you make the commitment. Reach out to me and we can build a Charleston luxury search around your lifestyle, priorities, and long-term plans.